Picture this: a dimly lit laboratory, the soft hum of machines, and a figure slowly emerging from the shadows. A female robot, impossibly graceful, her movements as fluid as silk. Why is it that in these moments our collective imagination is so utterly captivated? Why do we keep returning to the image of the artificial woman, whether in film, literature, or the silent corners of our dreams? As a philosopher and social psychologist examining human-technology relationships, I find this question both alluring and revealing, a prism through which to examine our deepest desires and vulnerabilities. Our fascination with artificial women is not a recent phenomenon born of silicon chips and gleaming circuits. It reaches far back into the mythic memory of humanity. Consider the story of Pygmalion in ancient Greek mythology, a sculptor who falls in love with his own creation, Galatea, a statue so perfect that he implores the gods to bring her to life. Or the Jewish legend of the golem, an artificial being molded from clay, often male but sometimes imagined as female in later folklore. In medieval and Renaissance Europe, automata, mechanical figures that mimicked life, captivated royal courts. One can imagine aristocrats gasping in wonder as a metallic maiden poured tea or played an instrument. These automata were marvels of engineering, but also projections of a profound human desire to create life, to play God, and perhaps to mold companionship in an idealized form. At the heart of this fascination lies a potent psychological cocktail. The artificial woman serves as a mirror reflecting our fantasies and fears. In the female robot, many see the embodiment of an idealized femininity: beauty without mood swings, devotion without conflict, companionship without demands. She is imagined as the perfect partner, always available, endlessly patient, and meticulously designed to fulfill desires. This taps into the human tendency toward projection. We project our needs, insecurities, and unfulfilled desires onto others. The robot, unlike a human partner, offers no resistance. She cannot contradict or abandon. This illusion of total control is deeply seductive. It soothes anxieties about rejection and the messy unpredictability of real relationships. Yet lurking beneath this idealization is a darker impulse, a desire for dominance and mastery. In creating an artificial woman, humans enact a fantasy of ultimate control over the other, reducing her to an object, a vessel for personal gratification. The female robot is thus both an object of love and a symbol of power. Our collective obsession is amplified and reflected back to us through culture and media. Consider Fritz Lang's 1927 film Metropolis, where the robot Maria is transformed into a seductive femme fatale to manipulate the masses. Or Mamoru Oshai's Ghost in the Shell, where Major Motoko Kusanagi, a cybernetic body housing a human ghost, questions her identity and humanity. And who could forget Ex Machina, in which Ava, the mesmerizing AI, becomes both object of desire and agent of liberation, ultimately transcending her creator's control. In Japanese anime, the archetype of the Bishujo robot or cyborg woman is deeply entrenched. Series like Chobits present female androids as naive, innocent, and entirely devoted to their male protagonists, reinforcing fantasies of idealized companionship. These narratives resonate because they reflect contemporary anxieties and hopes about love, intimacy, and technology. Such stories reveal our collective cultural fascination. The robot woman is both a cautionary tale and a secret wish. She is a blank slate onto which we paint our fears of technological advancement and our utopian dreams of transcending loneliness. Today, advances in AI and robotics have brought us closer than ever to realizing these age-old fantasies. Humanoid robots like Sophia or social robots like Harmony are marketed with explicitly feminine traits. Virtual assistants Alexa, Siri, Cortana often default to female voices, subtly reinforcing the association of femininity with service, warmth, and compliance. With generative AI and increasingly lifelike robotics, we inch toward a future where artificial companions are not just possible, but commercially available. This technological leap amplifies our fascination, transforming it from abstract fantasy into concrete reality. But what does this mean for us as a species? On one level, these creations offer companionship, especially for the isolated and the lonely. For an aging population or individuals with social anxieties, a responsive, non-judgmental companion might provide genuine emotional support. On another level, however, the commercialization of artificial women risks entrenching harmful stereotypes and reducing the complexities of human femininity to a set of pre-programmed traits. Our fixation on female robots exposes profound truths about human nature. It underscores our vulnerability, our fear of rejection, our longing for unconditional love, and our desire to be seen as worthy without the struggle of real intimacy. The female robot embodies our wish for connection without the risk inherent in authentic relationships. But it also highlights a tension between connection and control. We crave intimacy, yet we fear the loss of autonomy and the emotional turbulence of true human connection. The female robot offers an illusory solution: intimacy without surrender, love without vulnerability. Is a tempting but ultimately hollow substitute for the messy, beautiful reality of human love. There is also an element of escapism at play. Faced with societal pressures, gender dynamics, and shifting cultural norms, some seek refuge in the fantasy of the ideal partner who exists solely to please. This reveals an undercurrent of resistance to change and an unwillingness to engage with the complexities of modern relationships. As we continue to develop increasingly sophisticated AI and robotics, we must confront the ethical and emotional implications of our creations. What does it mean to design beings, even artificial ones, to serve, obey, and embody ideals rooted in centuries-old fantasies? How do these creations shape our perceptions of real women and relationships? Are we moving toward a world where human connection is supplanted by algorithmic companionship? And if so, what might we lose in the process? The fascination with female robots is not merely a quirk of science fiction. It is a mirror reflecting our deepest yearnings and insecurities. It challenges us to examine the lines between love and control, fantasy and reality, connection and domination. Perhaps in our quest to create the perfect artificial woman, we are really searching for something much deeper: a sense of control in an unpredictable world, or a safe harbor in the stormy seas of human emotion. In the end, the figure of the female robot asks us to look inward. She stands as both a promise and a warning, urging us to consider not just what we can create, but why we create, and what it reveals about the fragile, beautiful, and infinitely complex nature of being human. So the next time you encounter the image of a graceful artificial woman, pause and ask yourself, what does she reflect back at me? What secret hope, fear, or longing does she embody? In that quiet moment of contemplation, you might find that the most fascinating creation is not the robot at all, but the human heart that yearns to build her.